How's it going, everybody? We are going to revisit the Angry Beavers Onebear. The first time we had it was right off the truck, basically, and all the fire. It was a little dry, etc., etc. I just didn't give it its best chance, so we're going to revisit it. Look at that shaggy foot, wrapper, candela tip, like a gator tooth. Arr. Last time we V cut it, I'm going to straight cut this one to give it a little bit more of the tip left, because that V cut kind of took some of it away and I didn't have much. Good draw. Now it's shaggy foot, so look at that band, that artwork. So we're just going to light it. And I kind of had trouble with the foot last time because it's so loose, because it's shaggy. Until it got down to the wrapper, and then it smoked really good. But that one was kind of dry. This one is at perfect. RH. Already I'm getting something different I didn't get. And that's a sweetness. I didn't get any of the sweetness out of it last time. You know, I should have just smoked that one and not even done a video on it, but this just will show how you could smoke one when it's not really prime, or not prime, but like just optimal. And then you can wait a month or so and smoke another one that's at optimal RH, whatever you've been waiting. It's rested from the mill. And this will show the difference in cigars. Same cigar, it's going to be two different experiences, I can tell you that already. I'm even getting like a more of a candela taste off the tooth. Now, the beginning of it is doing the same as the other one, but that's just sometimes a shaggy foot problem. But you're getting the binder and the filler only right now. And if I remember, Gus Onebear fired up after 50. This is his cigar. He's got his YouTube channel. You guys check him out. If I remember correctly, he told me there were 7 different tobaccos in this blend. That's a lot. It's a lot going on, and I didn't taste much last time. It was good, so if it was that good dry, yeah, there's much more of a sweetness already in this, like a natural sweetness, not an added. I think the next one I try, I'm going to cut the shaggy foot off and just go straight for it like a regular cigar and see how that works. This shaggy foot is a shaggy foot. This isn't the only cigar I've had this kind of problem with a shaggy foot, so it's not nothing new on a shaggy foot. Now, some of them are wrapped really tight with the binder, and they call it a shaggy foot just because the wrapper stops a half inch down. This one is a true shaggy foot because the leaves are shaggy. There's a lot of air gap between them and everything. They're not a tight roll with the binder all the way down to the end and then just a little bit of the wrapper missing. It's a straight on shaggy foot. So that's cool. Mm-hmm. Now we're rolling. Now, like I said last time, Candela is not my favorite because some of them are just kind of grassy and then they get a little slimy. This one kind of got the little slime to it, and it had a little bit of the grassiness to it, but not real bad. And I think the reason why I liked it over a lot of other Candela is because you're getting all the regular tobacco flowing through it, and that's helping change the flavor of it. It's adding a different tobacco with the Candela. That's my theory. You know, I have stayed at a Holiday Inn a lot of times, so I kind of know a thing or two. A little bit of a saltiness on that tip this time too that I didn't have last time. Starting to cheech now. Getting into that wrapper. Mm. Definitely different cigar. I got the sweetness going on. I have a little bit of a breadiness going on, like a pretzel breadiness. It's not quite a salty pretzel, but I'm getting a little bit of salt off the tip. The smoke isn't as rough, which, given it's not dry. Mm. Wow. This is a whole different cigar I'm smoking right now compared to the first one. Do yourself a favor if you get them, just wait. Don't smoke it right away. Give it a couple of weeks. I know it's hard to wait that long sometimes, but or smoke one and then wait a couple of weeks to a month and smoke another one, and you're gonna have it'll be two different experiences. So, mm. I'm actually kind of glad I smoked that one and had the experience I had, and now I'm getting it off this one. So it is like having two different cigars. I just touched that foot up right there where they all met all the way around to the wrapper. There's a little bit of a like a cinnamon spice, baking spice. Getting a little bit of the Candela grassiness mixed with tobacco, good tobacco. Baking spice, cinnamon. Still getting a little bit of that dark breadiness. The saltiness is already dissipating, but it's just a little bit of a. It's still a little bit of a. I know in the last one I said kind of rugged in a way, but not like rugged. You know, it has a little bit of grit to it. That's good. But I think they wanted to be a little rugged because Gus Onebear is a rugged dude. You know, that guy's a beast. Literally, he's a beast. He Russell's beast all day long, so you got to be a beast to Russell beast. You know. He put a picture up on his Instagram the other day where a gator tore him up a little bit. And I said, I hate to see what the gator looked like after that fight. He had those kind of wounds, just like what the gator had. Oh yeah, guys. I don't know if you did the same thing. I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm gonna have to hit you up. Smoked one right away, and then waited a while and smoked another one. It's two different cigars. This is way different, much more enjoyable, of course. Plus the situation is different, but the overall cigar is much more enjoyable because it was ready to smoke. The other one was not ready to smoke. But I get that way. I'll get stuff with the bell, and I know I shouldn't try it right yet, but I got to. I have to. I've been waiting for it. I just want to try it. You know. But if you guys get a 5-pack of these, um, they're really not budget friendly. and they're really not like out of this world expensive. But it is a kind of a upper realm cigar. It's, you know, it's more than $20 per stick. So do yourself a favor and make sure everyone that you smoke is actually ready to smoke, just so you're not kind of wasting a cigar. In a way, I feel like that first one I kind of wasted, but I have something to go off of, and it happened, and this one is so much better. Like, there's a lingering flavor on the long finish, and I can't explain it, but there's a lot going on in the 7 different tobaccos, I believe is what he said. Gus, if you can, comment below how many different tobaccos were in this. You guys know me, I don't look up the make of a cigar. You guys want that, you can watch other people that do it, that are much better at this stuff than I am. You guys know me. There's, oh, that sprayed everywhere. That was chunky. Gross. Anyway, what I was saying, there's some of that pepper hitting the nostril. It's not like a stingy pepper, but it's like, if you ever filled up your pepper jar with the black pepper you're pouring in there, and then all of a sudden you're sneezing, it's kind of like that kind of a peppery. But there is a baking spice to it. So anyway, all right, we're gonna let it settle in before I keep cheeching it, because you guys know I do that when I'm talking to you. We're gonna get out of this little town, get back on Highway 70, so we can hammer down northbound. Come on, head to the barn. All right, we'll be back. Let's get that done. We'll let this settle in. And this time, actually, I left a lot of the candela. My V cut was a deep V cut, and it took a lot of it, so I just straight cut it to where I can leave a lot and try to nub it this time. Anyway, all right, we'll be back. Jason. Well. We're sitting in traffic. Lunchtime rush here in Marysville, California. That's how we're looking so far. About to pull that secondary band. Smoking good. There is a ruggedness. Like I said, it's not like rugged, but there's a rugged spice to it, like a baking spice. I don't know how to compare it, like what to compare it to. Nutmeg keeps popping in my head, but I don't really, off the top of my head, know what nutmeg. I think of it when I think of a pumpkin pie, but that's not it. But it's a spice, and it's kind of a little bit has a rugged edge to it. There's a nice cookie creamy sweetness to the retro, if that makes sense. With that little bit of the natural sweetness coming into it. Um, Other than that, it's about the same as light up. Once we got to the wrapper, but I think that spice is coming out of the wrapper. That baking spice that I'm talking about. You do get a hint of that candela. I'm actually enjoying it. I'm enjoying this way more than I enjoyed the first one. So anyway, that's the update. Next time you come back, you're gonna be missing a band, I'm sure. We're gonna work our way through this traffic, and I'll be back. Oh, that's what I was. We're down to the main primary band. It's a little loose, so I can slide up a little bit, but it's probably meant to be about right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it off with this Onebear from Angry Beavers. The Onebear, Gus Onebear cigar. There's the naked cigar with our crocodile tooth. Anyway, all right, we're back. I don't know if you guys can see it, but here's a very small overpass underneath this road track. 1310. Truck is 13.6 and the trailer is 13.8. You guys see that? I don't know if you guys can hear that noise, but that was the flap hanger brackets on the bottom, the weights, whatever, dragging. So I dropped the air. 13.8, 13.10 is not much room for any give for a like bounce because it's bouncy under there. So when you drop the bags, it's a tight fit, tight this way too. But you know the old saying, if it ain't tight, it ain't right. Randy. All right, we're into the candela, and it's kind of a sweeter candela compared. It's not grassy, but like I said, I think it's because the rest of the tobacco is kind of like infused itself into it from smoking a whole cigar down through just that little bit of it. Is my guess. It has a sweetness to it though. Very hot on the lips. Still spicy. There is still that syrupiness to that retro though. This thing is just kind of all over the place. There's a lot going on in this cigar, but I would expect it with 7 different tobaccos. I keep saying that. I might be wrong. Don't quote me. You guys can look it up. It's by Angry Beavers, the Onebear. Pretty sure he said it's 7 different tobaccos. So there's a lot going on throughout the whole cigar. It's actually smoothing down in the candela. Actually, the more I get into it, but I'm almost to my toothpick. And a red light. Dang it. All right. Well, we're gonna end the video here. Um, that was our revisit of the Onebear by Angry Beavers. Check out Gus Onebear, Fired Up After 50. It's his cigar. As always, thanks for tuning in. Always try whatever it sticks, and always keep it smoky, my friends.